Would you ever be able to imagine a world without plastic? Exactly. And did you know that plastic was technically a mistake? We all make mistakes, but Leo Hendrik Baekeland made a vastly problematic one. Let's travel back to the year 1905, when Leo Hendrik Baekeland was searching for a synthetic substitute for shellac, when he accidentally discovered Bakelite, which was one of the first ever thermosetting plastics, one that does not soften when heated. It was also the first entirely human-made plastic. Thanks to his invention, Baekeland was given multiple honors and was named president of the American Chemical Society in 1924. He then passed away due to a stroke just 20 years later. His invention led to several brilliant discoveries, such as Tupperware, which gained popularity in the 1940s. Did you know women actually celebrated plastic by selling Tupperware made out of it to each other? In fact, such an event would be called a Tupperware party. Now that I think about it, my grandma actually has a set of matching Tupperware, which she uses to store her Thanksgiving leftovers along with many other delicacies. As you can see, plastic was prized as well as considered a revolutionary creation, as it allowed families to preserve their foods and leftovers without having to worry about their pickle jars smashing, shattering, or even spilling on the floor. It was the plastic revolution. Plastic is a strong yet supple chemical, which may be molded into several different shapes and sizes. Did you know plastic is in fact resistant to water, electricity, and sometimes even heat? In fact, it can also be made into many different colors, thanks to pigments. I personally can't imagine going to a toy store and purchasing a milky white Barbie doll, or any plain white toy, to be honest. Did you recognize how many different types of plastics there are? Well, there are 50. Yes, you heard me right. 50 different types of plastics, with countless uses, although manufacturers, for instance, mainly utilize it to replace expensive materials. For instance, in nylon stockings, plastic takes the place of silk. This brilliant invention is made from heating chemicals such as petroleum oil, natural gas, or coal into molecules. Molecules are groups of two or more atoms, which are practically the tiny building blocks of everything. Now, I want you to picture a world without any plastic. Although it seems like quite a complex fact to grasp, there are actually a few theories. For instance, our clothing material would be vastly different because manufacturers would need to find an organic yet safe material to replace plastic. Also, there would be an immense blockage in industries. You'd be living in the 19th century. Technology would be considered unsafe and a very risky product, because manufacturers would need to find an inexpensive replacement for electronic insulation. And trust me, being here in 2021 in a pandemic and having to quarantine without technology would be horrible. Bakelite, the plastic Baekeland invented, was actually one of the finest types of plastic used for electronic insulation, as it could be molded into small and particular shapes. Albeit, there would be dozens of positive outcomes. For instance, global warming would most likely not even be an issue to us, for the reason that we wouldn't be crafting any plastic. Therefore, our usage of fossil fuels would galactically diminish. Our ecological system would be much safer, because millions of marine animal lives would be saved. They wouldn't be choking on plastic, and maybe our Earth wouldn't be dying at such a fast rate. Unfortunately, about a century later, here we are, still paying the consequences for Baekeland's unfortunate and irreversible invention. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think plastic has a lot of benefits, but has also caused our Earth and home a lot of suffering. About 700 species eat or get caught in it. In fact, there is so much of this supple material in the ocean, there is an entire island in the Pacific filled with it. About 1 million sea creatures are killed every year due to plastic. Even though plastic is only one of the many harmful things in the world, it is the easiest to reduce and to recycle. Plastic could be replaced by glass or any other type of biodegradable substance. With just a little bit of effort, we could immensely benefit our planet, and possibly even save it. A few ways of helping it recover could be by bringing your own shopping bags, stop buying bottled water, reduce the usage of plastic straws, or you could even switch to metal ones. There are so many ways we can help reduce the use of plastic at home. Finally, if we reverse Baekeland's catastrophic error, we could bring our world back to its pristine state before plastic, and hopefully journey towards a resplendent future.